Hello Pokemon lovers and welcome to a brand new episode of Rating All Pokemon with me, Hilda. What the heck is up with you guys today? Post it in the comments. We have a whole bunch of cool guys in today's episode, so I just want to start today with number 441, Chatot. Chatot. Weird name. Chatot is one of those singular, singular Pokemon. It's a bird boy. It looks like a parrot. It also is shaped like a music note, and it is a bird. Chatot is a bird that has a human's tongue, and the reason it has this human tongue is so that it can imitate human speech. So Chatot can imitate humans. It doesn't really know what it's saying probably, but it just says whatever the human says. Now, Chatot can also use his ability of imitation to imitate other Pokemon to confuse them, and he uses this as a defense mechanism. So Chatot learns all these sounds from humans and Pokemon and things in its surrounding, and it uses those sounds to create its own melodies. Now, its tail looks like a metronome, you know, one of those things that goes and makes a sound. I don't know what sound. It uses its metronome tail to keep rhythm when it does its songs. Now, like I said, Chatot resembles a parrot. It mostly resembles the small masked lovebird, which is like a tiny, very colorful little parrot bird. And its head looks like an eighth note, and like I mentioned before, its tail resembles a metronome. Now, its Japanese name is Parap, which comes from parrot and rap. Is it just me, or is Parap also Parappa the Rapper? Because it also comes from para para, which means to be fluent in languages, but also it means blah blah blah. And that refers to how weird and inconsistent the talking of parrots usually is. The German name for Chatot is Plaudergai, which comes from plaudern, which means chatting or talking or babbling, and Papagai, which means parrot, which is pretty much the same in Dutch. In Dutch, it's papegaai, just so you know. Now you learned some Dutch. 4 out of 5, because it can make musics, and I appreciate that. The next Pokemon for today is Spiritomb. Now, Spiritomb is a bit of a tricky one. There's so much lore to Spiritomb, so I'm just gonna narrow it down a little bit to the basics. If you want to know more about Spiritomb, just like Google the heck out of, YouTube the heck out of it, because there's a lot on Spiritomb. So Spiritomb is a dark and ghost Pokemon, and it lives inside something called an odd keystone. Now, in this odd keystone, 108 spirits have been contained, and those spirits together form Spiritomb. I personally had my first encounter with Spiritomb in Oras. I mean, I knew it existed, but I never really had one. And in Oras, you can get it in the Sea Marvel, and I thought that was such a cool area, so I really enjoyed getting Spiritomb from that area. The 108 spirits captured inside the odd keystone all have been captured in there because of misdeeds. They were evildoers back in the past, and they are now a Pokemon. What a thing to look forward to. Now, Spiritomb is a very vicious Pokemon, and this is most likely because of the spirits that are contained within its body. They're all like evil spirits, and they're angry as heck, and they just want vengeance for being captured inside this weird stone. Understandable, because I don't think being contained in a small area with 108 people is great. Now, the number 108 means a lot of things. In Spiritomb, it is, well, it has the 108 spirits contained in it. It is number 108 in the Sinnoh Dex. I think it weighs like 108 lbs. Oh, kilograms. And its defense and special defense values are exactly 108. All kind of shit. 108 is big in the Spiritomb world. And remember how I said I got mine at Sea Marvel? Well, Sea Marvel is located on Route 108. Crazy! Crazy. The number 108 is based on the amount of temptation a human has to overcome to reach nirvana in Buddhism. Another thing Spiritomb may be based on, and I'm just gonna quote this directly from Bulbapedia because I'm not gonna remember this, and I don't know, I'm just gonna read it up because I want to. Spiritomb may also be based on Water Margin, one of China's 4 great classical novels, which is also very well known in Japan. In the first chapter of the novel, a foolish army marshal orders the removal of a stone monument, which has been guarded by monks for generations. Doing so releases the spirits of 108 demons sealed therein. These 108 souls, having atoned for their sins, become the 108 stars of destiny. They are reincarnated centuries later as 108 outlaws, the heroes of the novel. So that is also a thing. 108 seems to be a very crazy number. What is Pokemon 108 in the regular decks? I just want to know. It's probably not even interesting. It's Licky Tongue. I give Spiritomb a 5 out of 5 just because I like, you probably know by now, I like Pokemon that have a lot of lore and a lot of thought behind them. So 5 out of 5. Hell yeah. Next up is number 443, Gible. I used to always call it Gible, but that's not what it's called. It's Gible. Gible is a tiny land shark or something like that. It has very strong teeth and it is able to bite you with those teeth. That is what teeth do. They bite into things. Now, I'm surprised that Gible isn't a baby Pokemon because apparently when it bites things, it sometimes hurts itself because it's so clumsy, and that is a very baby Pokemon thing, but it's not a baby Pokemon. I mean, it is the youngest of an evolution line of 3, so it could be, but it's not. Gible looks like a shark, but it is a ground and dragon Pokemon. It is pretty strong. It can carry a human with it on its dorsal fin, so it's got some power. Pokemon Moon says, it skulks in caves, and when prey or an enemy passes by, it leaps out and chomps them. The force of its attacks sometimes chips its teeth. Huh. Now, Gible is based on a shark and some type of dragon. I don't really see a dragon in its design, but it is said that it's based on the European dragon. I don't know, it doesn't look like a dragon to me, so it could be, maybe, but I don't see it. Gible and its evolutions may also be based on a sort of land shark that is mentioned in the book After Man, a Zoology of the Future. Now, I looked up what these land sharks look like, and they are like big, naked worms. And I don't see it. Other than the fact that they're called land sharks, they are not similar whatsoever. So, I don't know about that. Now, Gible's Japanese name is Fukamaru, which comes from Fuka, which means sharp, and Maru, which means round. It's a round boy. It's a round shark. 4 out of 5 for the round shark boy. At level 24, Gible evolves into Gabite. Now, Gabite is pretty much more of a land shark. It now has like big legs. It's getting more of a like humanoidish dinosaur shape. Now, a cool thing about Gabite is that its scales have medicinal powers. They can make a tired person more energetic and stuff like that. So I really like that. I always love me some natural medicine, as long as it doesn't get hurt in the process of obtaining the scales. I'm good with it. Gabite is a very fast Pokemon, and it's also very protective of its nest. Gabite is also a bit of a crow. It really likes to dig up gems and steal gems to keep them for themselves. It also really enjoys taking Carbink and making them their pets. I made that bit up, but the Carbink thing is true because they're shiny, and Gabite likes shiny things. Now, again, Gabite is based on some type of dragon and a shark, but it also apparently resembles the land shark in Dungeons and Dragons. Now, I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, but again, I looked up this land shark. Doesn't look anything like it. Land shark from Dungeons and Dragons is literally a shark with legs, and it's creepy as hell. Gabite's name comes from gabu gabu, which means to gobble or to nibble, and bite, just like Gible comes from nibble, nibble, bite. And what's next? We'll get to that in a second. I give Gabite a 4 out of 5. Our last guy of the day is Garchomp. Now, Gabite evolves into Garchomp at level 48, so it's just a bit of a grind, but it's worth it. Garchomp is a very popular Pokemon in many ways. I think it's kind of terrifying, but that is just me. I do think it's pretty badass. Garchomp can fly for some weird reason. It is really, really fast because of all these like fucking shaped fins. Also, it is based on a jet plane slightly, and I think that's really cool. Although, can it fly? Can it use fly? I don't think it can use fly, but at least, I don't know, it can fly, okay? It can fly. It's canon. Garchomp is a bit creepy. It likes to eat bird Pokemon. I mean, that is fine. But it doesn't just eat bird Pokemon. It eats entire flocks of bird Pokemon. That is disgusting, and you are greedy, Garchomp. You are greedy. Also, leave the birds alone. They're just trying to get somewhere. They're just trying to get places. And here you are with your big-ass mouth, eating all of the birds and their friends. So rude. Garchomp also has a Mega Form. Now, the Mega Form kind of scares me, and it reminds me of that guy from Breath of the Wild, one with the shark head. Prince Zuko. That's not his name. Whatever. The guy with the shark head. That's what it reminds me of. I feel like it is scary. It has these big-ass scythes, and Mega Garchomp is like really, really mean. It's like aggressive and it just wants to hurt things, and I'm not okay with that. Just be nice. Now, Garchomp, just like its pre-evolutions, is based on shark and dragons and blah 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 blah. Land sharks, all types of sharks. Land sharks. Land sharks.
Land shark.
It also is based on the, I'm gonna have to read this, Carcharodontosaurus. Carcharodontosaurus, whose name literally means shark-toothed lizard. Now, can't really find pictures of this dinosaur. As we all know, dinosaurs were never really real. Isn't Garchomp in Pokken? Because I played that and I found Garchomp very hard to deal with because he was very angry. Too mean for me, but I can understand why people really like it. It has a cool design. It's just pretty cool. It's just pretty cool. What can I say? Garchomp's name comes from guard and chomp. I have nothing else to say about Garchomp, I think. I think that was it, but I will, for the public, give Garchomp a 5 out of 5, even though I think it's creepy. Because I'm nice like that. I listen to you guys. I listen to you all the time. 5 out of 5. That was it for today, Pokemon fans and people and other people who watch this and their moms. Thank you for watching. I had a great time. I will see you again next week. Let me know what you think of Garchomp in the comments. Do you think he's the badass that people claim it to be? Or do you think it's overrated? Just let me know. I wish you all a very good week. And goodbye.